Hello everyone. I am going to do a trip slash experience report on Picamilon. Hopefully. Oh dear, there's something just not quite right on my camera. It doesn't matter. The resolution's awful anyway. So yeah, I took Picamilon for about a week, quite recently. The reason I took Picamilon is because I was taking another compound that has effects on your GABA receptors, and that compound was phenibut, which I took on recommendation of a YouTube subscriber or viewer here. Anyhow, I, uh, I suppose I should start off as per usual with a low, high, and medium dosage of Picamilon. Sorry, my head's a bit fried. I've been doing RuneScape videos and Deadman PKing videos, so I'm quite focused on that right now. Back to Picamilon. Ah, now I remember. Yeah, the first thing I remember about Picamilon is it has a really strange taste, and I don't know how to describe it. The taste isn't really physically unpleasant or chemically strong. Well, debatably maybe could be said that it is, but it's just when I taste Picamilon, it tastes really synthetic. Like, maybe not synthetic is the right word, but when I taste it, I get a feeling around my body. It kind of shakes a little bit and says, "This is not supposed to be in you." Like, yeah, when I take Picamilon, it just feels like it should not be there. Like, it should not be ingested by humans, especially me. Just feels wrong mentally. When I get that taste, there's something bad about it. Something that gives me the shakes when I taste it. I don't have a clue why, because the effects aren't too awful at all. But yeah, it's really off-putting, that taste of it. It's like an evil-tasting choline bitartrate. Best way to describe it, like a choline bitartrate tasting phenibut. I don't know how I'd describe that taste. Like the metallic taste of blood. No, the taste of blood without the sort of metallic-y piercing taste. Like the taste of blood with something natural taken out of it. It's not. It's not nice mentally to eat that stuff. But it's not actually. It doesn't taste too awful physically. It just makes you feel strange once you taste it. Anyway, at lower doses, it is fairly stimulating. Actually, it's like taking a mild to medium mild, or like halfway in between a mild and a medium dose of a fairly good stimulant, such as maybe, let's say, for example, amphetamine. And it's also relaxing at the same time. So a low dose of picalamon's quite nice. A little bit of slight physical warmth at the lower levels, really slight, just kind of barely noticeable. Sorry, I couldn't actually notice. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Lasts a few hours and yeah, it gives a nice little social kick. A low dose will be quite good in a social setting because you're stimulated a little bit and relaxed a little bit as well. So it takes the edge off the conversation or anything that would normally put you on edge in a social situation. And at the same time, you still have quite a lot of energy. You have a little bit of extra energy and a very slight mood boost from Camelon. Medium dose and above, it starts becoming a little bit sedative. It still has a medium dose, a little bit. I don't know why, but I told you of a stimulant kind of hit, but not really anything significant. And it's strange because it kind of feels like it has a really slight stimulant edge to it, but at the same time a slightly greater sedative edge. The relaxation effect is a little bit more compounding at this point, and things feel more balanced in themselves. The kind of feeling of warmth is sort of overridden by the fight between the stimulant and kind of sedation feeling. But then at a higher level, the stimulation, just gone, just gone. Sedative effect will kick in, not too heavily, but you know, it's definitely a sedative effect. It's something you could sleep on, and the warmth starts to come back in a much better way. It's quite nice physically. It gives you very mild tingles when you touch yourself, very very mild enhancement, but not anything major, not anything you'd write home about, not anything particularly characteristic. Just a little more than subtle, but a little less than how do I say? I wouldn't know what to say for that. Just a little more than just subtle. And yeah, kind of warming feeling of the body, quite a nice warming feeling of the body. At this level of sedation, it's quite easy to sleep. The relaxation becomes such that it's not like a complete lack of fear, but more, everything's easy now. A very, very, very balanced mood set. Um, I would have said it was a very balanced mood set before, and it is at a medium dose, but at higher dose, it's like a balanced mood set with an extra air of calm. Like at a higher level of intake, you can just take it and go. But it's not, you know, it's not amazingly euphoric as such. It just takes a lot of the edge off things. Now, that's pretty much all I've got to report on it on its own. But I have tried it in combination with three other things because there was one night I was really struggling to get to sleep, and I do not recommend doing this. I don't think it's a good idea. But I basically combined Picamilon with Phenibut, and I also combined it with alcohol and melatonin. Now, I combined it at a really, really low dose of the Camelon, the Phenibut, and the alcohol at first, and that initially got me really quite high in a sedative way. It obviously kind of increased the effects of all three of them. It was like having a medium dose of all three of them, and then it kind of felt like a heavy dose of could have been either one of them, but it was very heavily sedating at that point. I feel as though this could lead to an overdose very easily, and it was very foolish of me to do. I feel like if I'd have doubled that, it might not have overdosed me, but I don't know. I don't know enough about it to know that double the lower doses would have killed me. But if I'd have tripled or quadrupled those doses of each of those, I'd be dead or in hospital. Um, yeah, pretty well from respiratory failure, because they all have effects on GABA in the brain, and they all have slightly different effects, and together they enhance each other's effects individually. So yeah, not a smart idea. However, I can report that it was really really nice. It made me I don't know, quite fairly horny. Physically extremely relaxing, intensely relaxing, quite meditative, and yes, it definitely put me into a heavy sleep. So yeah, it was quite a nice experience, but I wouldn't recommend it just because I think it's quite a dangerous one, and if you are to persist anyway, regardless of my warnings, I would recommend starting at very low doses and not working your way up. I don't think it's smart to take a large dose of a combination of these three things. The melatonin was at high dose, but melatonin, taking it with melatonin, I don't think will really make a significant difference. Anyway, that's the end of my video on Picamilon. Hope you liked it, and see you next time.